We have a saying in English, no good deed goes unpunished. We go to so much effort to be nice to others and treat them well, and the only thing we get back from them is meanness and aggression. We try our hardest to help people, and instead of thanks, they treat us like rubbish. In Paul's second letter to the church members in Corinth, we see him experiencing the same problem, and in his words, we can feel his pain. Paul did everything for them. He taught them and guided them in the right ways of the faith. He worked himself to exhaustion for them. He suffered and sacrificed for them. And even though they were a rich church, Paul worked a second job on top of his ministry so they wouldn't have to pay him. Now when Paul is exhausted and worn out by them, abused and made physically sick by them, they have the nerve to stand there and criticize and even attack him. They accuse Paul of being dishonest, untrustworthy and shameful, of misusing God's word and not being a real apostle. And they accuse him of being a poor-looking, low-class embarrassment to their high-class church. Can you believe it? Paul gave his life to support those church members, and the church members despised him for it. In our own lives, when people treat us badly after we have been so nice to them, we would probably shout and swear at them and promise ourselves never to do good things for them ever again. But incredibly, that's not what Paul does. That's because Paul knows that we shouldn't let other people's sins stop us from doing what Jesus wants us to do. We shouldn't let other people's petty meanness and ingratitude stop us from being the good people Jesus wants us to be. Paul makes it clear to the Corinthians that the sacrifices he went through weren't out of his devotion to them, but because of his devotion to Christ. That's an important reminder for us too. If we're only good to others because we want others to like us, we'll quickly stop being good when we don't get the reaction we want. Instead, we do good things not for popularity or prestige, but because Jesus has shown us that that's the right way to live. And even if others don't appreciate our efforts, remember that Jesus appreciates it. In verse 17, Paul reminds us that even if others don't care, Jesus sees and will reward us with an eternal weight of glory beyond all measure.